Day 6. Alisa's route. I woke up early when Olga was still asleep. I stretched and sat up on the bed. In the bed. I felt surprisingly okay, although I should have slept through the day after what happened the night before. Quietly, so as not to wake the camp leader, I took the bag with my washing up stuff and went outside. I forgot to look at the clock, but it seemed like 6 or 7 in the morning. The camp was asleep. The grass was shaking off the night dew. A light fog hung above the ground, and the sun was just beginning to break through the treetops. Not warm at all yet, like the fluorescent lamp in the house across from mine. I took a deep breath of the tasty cold air, and thought that even a night owl like me can enjoy waking up this early sometimes. The streets of the camp were empty, of course. The water here was always being cold, but today it seems like they got it from Antarctic depths. Even my hands went numb from it. Finishing with my hygiene, I decided to walk around the camp a bit. Olga is asleep, breakfast not for a while yet, so there's nothing to do. I came to the square and looked at Genda. That guy doesn't care if it's day or night, he's alert. I smiled at my successful joke and headed to the boat shed. As I walked, I hummed some song, absolutely sure I was the only one awake here. To my great surprise, I saw someone sitting at a pier hanging her feet in the water. Alisa. I came close and stopped, not sure what to say. Then she suddenly turned around and stared at me. Been standing here long? No. Why aren't you asleep? Why aren't you? She turned back and stared at the river again. Looks like I'm not the only one in a good mood today. At least she wasn't being sassy again. Can't sleep. I see. About yesterday. You get everything, right? What exactly? Oh, for God's sake. My answer didn't seem to go down well. Alright, I did. I lied. Alright, good. She suddenly looked straight in the eye and smiled. In that case, I have plans for you tonight. May I ask what they are? You don't need to know. Well, since I'm part of them, you know when it's time. Can you give me a hint at least? Nope. She got up and walked towards me. A bit scared, I cleared away. Don't do anything stupid, Lisa said, moving away from the boat shed. I wonder what she meant. And what are those plans? I had no wish to become a part of some terrorist act against against the monument or anything. Besides, I was still haunted by yesterday's talk with Lena on the island. She's probably still angry, and I never managed to explain everything to her, although I don't even know what I would say if I had the chance. I felt guilty about everything that had happened, but I couldn't figure out what exactly I was guilty of. The camp was starting to wake up. Breakfast was at least an hour away, but I had no desire to go back to the camp leader's cabin, so I decided to wait by the canteen. At least I would be the first one there for once. I sat on the steps and watched the sun rising. Sometimes it's great to just watch a new day come. I was overwhelmed with complete peace and tranquility. There were no thoughts to tear up my brain as I usually do. I simply bathed in warm rays of the heaven's star. In any other place and circumstances, I could probably even say I was happy. Good morning, you're early today. I looked up and saw Lena standing in front of me. She was smiling. You too. All of the last night's events flashed before my eyes. Listen. If this is about yesterday, please don't. She interrupted me sharply. I don't know what came over me. What came over me. It was all... just forget it. She stared at me. Lena seemed much more confident than usual. If only it was all that simple. There's nothing complicated about this. She sat down next to me. So close I felt a bit awkward, but made no attempt to move away from her. Sometimes I have disputes with Alisa. Yeah, I realized. I see. But in this case, it happened because of me. Who knows? She answered, lost in thought. So that's why, you know, I'm embarrassed. Perhaps I really am to blame. Or rather, I'm not trying to say that I'm not to blame, but I was trying to explain myself like a 5th grader for a teacher to a teacher. Okay, don't. As I said, nothing serious happened. If you think so, you should just think about how to act from now on. Not again. I covered my face with my hands, clearly showing that I have absolutely no idea what's going on here and that everything, to put in mildly, is very unpleasant for me. Could you express yourself any clearer? What for? She said evasively. Look, if I don't know what I did wrong, I can't do better. I can't decide on how to act, as you say. I think you'll understand. I would like to believe that as well, but... Wow, hat's böses. Hat mich das gerade erschreckt. The canteen door suddenly flew open and Olga came out. Sitting around hungry this early? She said playfully. Good morning, Anna said merrily. She got up and headed inside. Shall we? Yeah, sure. We were not done talking, but pioneers appeared out of nowhere and flooded the place. By the time I got my breakfast, dinner was already sitting, surrounded by Miku, Senya and Slavia. Sadly, there were no more free chairs at the table. Feeling down and deliberately not saying hi to anybody, I headed to my favorite place in the far corner of the canteen. I chewed my oatmeal, it was really chewy today, and washed it down with some cold tea. Then I began to watch the others. All the pioneers seemed to be here. Some were chatting, some like electronic and chewing were immersed in chewing, and some were gawping around like me. I was just about to leave when Uljana jumped over the table with a tray heaped with food. Bon appetit, she blurted. Stealing again? I asked, openly staring at the tray. A growing body requires a lot of calories. Yeah, you really should grow up a bit, I whispered. What? I didn't think she heard me. Nothing. I headed out. Leaving so soon? She yelled at my back, disheartened. I gave no answer. I should have taken the washing up stuff back in. I don't want to carry it around all day. Besides, what am I going to do today? Nothing at all came to my mind. I was such in a mood that it seemed like someone was going to show up and invite me on a journey. I felt the camp leader's cabin and paused for a moment, then heard a voice calling out to me. Semyon! It was Slavia. Busy? No. Can you help me? Of course. I didn't want to look for answers on a wonderful day like this. A couple dozen hours wouldn't change my situation after all. What is it? You should stop by the cybernetics club. I don't know why exactly. They tell you everything. The unfortunate inventors again. Alright. Thank you. She gave me a nice smile and ran off. So a journey to the enemy's lair lies ahead of me. To the lair of the evil Dr. Electronic and the diabolic Professor Shurik. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I pushed the door firmly and entered. Semyon! Electronic said a bit ominously, glancing up from some contraption he had been poking with a screwdriver. Slavia said me. I know. And? What? The second door opened and Shurik came in. Semyon! He greeted me in the same tone Electronic had. Well, I was last time I checked. I joked. So, what do you need from me? We have an important task for you. I'm listening. The nurse came by yesterday. Ich kaufe den Blick nicht klar. He stopped as if he wasn't going to continue. So, I asked carefully, so we have an important mission for you. I got it already. You are to deliver a package to her. Can't you do that yourself? The infirmary is right over there. I said skeptically. We can't. Electronic said surprised. What a weird couple indeed. I see. Not another heavy bag, I hope. No, nothing like that. He smiled. Alright, fine. I carefully agreed. Hold on. Shrek disappeared through the door and soon came back holding something wrapped in paper. Just be careful. Alright. I took the package. If the pioneers weren't passing me the key of the pearly gates, it still looked like they were at least giving me the Olympic torch. Can I go? Of course. Electronic said threateningly. Just be careful, Shrek pleaded. Outside I took a good look at the package. They never told me not to open it, although it would make sense to go further on. I quickly walked through the square and making sure nobody was following, slipping into the forest. I just stood there for a while, indecisive looking at the package. I wonder, what's in it? Why is it so important for them? Why couldn't they take it themselves? I had a lot of questions. I opened the package and saw a bottle of stolen vodka. Well, so what? Pioneers bring a bottle of vodka to the nurse. Or rather, I'm doing it for them. Happens every day. I wrapped the bottle back up and scratched my head. This isn't weird anymore. This is just stupid. So stupid I couldn't think of one intelligence theory. I stood there for a while longer and thought I shouldn't let such a wonderful chance slip away. I quickly walked to the camp leader's cabin. Thank God Olga was not there. I snuck inside and began to rifle through the contents of the table drawer. Soon the vodka was in a soda bottle, while in its place was some water for the plants. Happy with my clever plan, I went out and skipping along the way to the infirmary. Seriously, what is so wrong about that? They almost got me into a trap. If the camp leader had seen me, if anyone else had, I could have managed myself. So it was absolutely nothing. I gathered all my strength and knocked on the infirmary door. Hello, Pioneer. Hello, I have a package for you, a bottle of your armpit. I mean a package of your cabinet. I was so euphoric I began to talk nonsense. Ah, she said. Hand it over. I handed her the package. The nurse stuffed it into the desk drawer without looking. You didn't open it, did you? Of course not, I blurted out. Good boy. Alright, so I'll be... Go, Pioneer. I closed the door behind me and let out a sigh. I could always pin this on the crazy inventors, and in my situation I could really use even the most basic form of stress relief. I came to the square. The clock showed noon. That meant dinner was coming. I sat on the bench with the solid intention of not moving from here until the come and get it bell sound comes. Pioneers were running by. They were smiling and shouting merrily. Yesterday was definitely a wonderful one. I glanced over the square and saw Lena approaching. Relaxing? Something like that. She sat by me and looked at the sky. Nice day, huh? It is. It was a bit awkward. Lena seemed different. She was not embarrassed. Her face was not red. She was confident. So, about the conversation. I told you everything already. Yeah, but just forget it, if you say so. We sat for a little longer in silence. I just can't not like that. So what do you think about Alisa? She said, ignoring my inquiry. What do I think about Alisa? I repeated, lost in thought. I don't really know. Why? You're just so worried about yesterday. Well, of course, but what does that have to do with it? There's a direct connection there. She laughed. Let's assume. So what? Well, and again I started thinking, really, what do I think of her? Well, she can be arrogant sometimes. That's right. What else can I say? Now that I think of it, I don't know Alisa at all. The way she acts does annoy me sometimes. If you're wondering if I had any negative feelings about her, then no. I mean, she gets carried away, but everyone has their quirks. Lena stared at me. Really? Did I say something wrong? No, not really. She laughed out loud one more time, just before the lunch bell sound came. Alright, see you. I didn't stop her, although I had a lot of questions left. But how do I ask them? And should I? I got up and slowly shuffled to the canteen. Boah, Leute. Ich höre jetzt erstmal auf. Es ist 5 Uhr. Ich speichere hier jetzt. Puh. Ich bin saumüde. Ich kann auch nicht mehr. Und ja, wir sehen uns dann bei der nächsten Folge. Bis dann. So Leute, Endspurt. Ich habe gleich jede Menge zu rendern und ich mache jetzt Tag 6. Frisch geschlafen, aufgewacht, was gegessen und weiter geht's. So sah im Übrigen eine Woche lang meine Tage aus, als ich Katawa Shoujo gezockt habe. Morgens aufgestanden, was gegessen, gezockt, nebenbei Videos laden lassen, weil ich dann noch meinen Internetstick hatte. Und das dann 5 Tage lang so durchgemacht. Ich muss sagen, es war eine tolle Zeit. So, there were only a few spots left, so I had to sit with electronic and Zurich. Did you deliver it? Yeah. I answered lazily, poking my fork at the buckwheat kasha. No incidents? No incidents. What was in there anyway? You didn't open it, did you? He stared. No. Great. Finishing my meal, I went out. I was struck by a sudden yawn. Taking a nap wouldn't be a bad idea. I headed to the camp leader's cabin. It felt like summer sun was going to melt the whole planet, together with all its inhabitants. There was nowhere to hide. The sunlight seemed to reflect from every surface. Looking up, you risked going blind. Using my last bit of strength, I pulled the door handle, entered the room and fell onto the bed. Of course I wouldn't expect the cabin to be really cool, but it was much better than outside. Boah, das ist eigentlich schon ziemlich scheiße, ne? Man hat das so diese Kabinen mit diesem Dach einfach umschlossen. Oh, Alter, das muss ja richtig fetzen da drin. Das ist ja der Hammer. Einen Moment, ich muss gerade zurückschreiben. So. Blissfully, I stretched out on the bed and closed my eyes. Strangely, sleep deserted me. I was overwhelmed with thoughts teemed in my head. Here's another theory, a solution to the problem how I got here. Here's an explanation of what's going on here. And here's the true form of all these inhabiting this place. I remembered Lena saying, "What do you think about Alisa?" Seriously, what do I think of her? What can I think of a person I've only known for a few days? Can I just draw conclusions based on a couple of words and deeds? Although her deeds... I laughed a bit. Any relevant organization will draw the right conclusion based on the monument bombing. Still, though, I don't care. Maybe I really don't think anything of her? Can one be interested in a person who's not interesting? No, that's some sort of absurdity. A knock on the door. Come in! I was too lazy to get up, so I just sat up a little bit. Oh. The door opened and I saw Alisa. What a coincidence. She stopped, unsure, and stared at me for a couple of seconds. I guess you were looking for the camp leader? Why would she though? No. What's up then? I was looking for you. She sounded calm and not aggressive at all. I caught myself thinking I was not afraid of her and no concerns when she had behaved like that normally. What for? I want to make everything clear. She sat on the bed across from me. What exactly? I want to clean up my misunderstandings or miscommunications. Alright, I'm up for that. Have you spoken with Lena today? Yes. About what? Nothing really. You're lying. Alisa looked stiff and worried. She crossed her legs and bit her lip. You do understand I'm always assumed to be guilty whenever anything happens. Well, you always are guilty, I said thoughtlessly. A spark flashed in her eye, but she kept talking calmly. Maybe, but in this case, me and Lena were always like that. Even if she starts something, she's all innocent and I take all the blame. So you're saying that Lena... Actually, I don't really know what you're saying. You never understand anything, do you? She fumed. This is strange. I wouldn't call myself slow. So explain. You do know Lena likes you. She went red after these words. No, I answered truthfully. Well, now you do. Now I do. An uncomfortable silence overtook the room. I was processing what she said, and Alisa seemed unsure of how to continue the conversation. Lena likes me. Could I ever have guessed? Unlikely. My intuition is usually good, but when it's about me and my feelings, it does not work at all. The weirdest thing was I accepted the news with almost no worries. Right at the moment I was listening to Alisa, I was focused only on her. I could think about the rest later. And she thinks I'm gonna steal away from her. She thinks that all this time, understand? Even though it's always the other way around. Everyone looks at her cause she's such an angel and nobody pays any attention to me. Oh nein! Oh, das bricht mir das Herz. But then I'm just a shoulder to cry on. Alisa started screaming. Look, please don't get too upset. I don't think of you all like that. Of course. I still had no idea what forced her to be so honest. And I didn't know how to react. Moreover, I was not worried at all. It was like I was watching another episode of some TV series, and what was going on in the room was on the other side of the screen. I understand. I was the reason for all of it. But today Lena said it was okay. That's just like her. You've probably... What? You probably realized that she's not as quiet as she wants to seem. I'd started to guess. If I can do anything... Tell me. Alisa raised her eyes. Only then did I see she's been crying. Some sort of worry stirred inside of me. I could not tread this conversation like I was an outsider anymore. Do you like Lena? Or do you like me? I guess I should have expected a question like that, but I just wasn't ready. Just like that. Lena is nice, of course. But Alisa has the good points as well. Besides the way she was at the moment, she could seriously compete with Lena. I don't really know you two at all. A question like that, it's difficult to answer directly. If I could say no, I would have, at that very moment. But I only had one chance for the other answer as well. And I didn't know what to choose. You did want the situation to resolve itself. Of course, but But why but again? Why again? Why? Look, we're going nowhere with this. Well, answer then. Her face fell back into its usual bold arrogance. I need time to think. Well, go ahead and think. Lisa stood up abruptly and headed out. Don't forget we have plans for tonight, she said on the threshold, smiling. The door closed behind her before I could say anything. Plans? What kind of plans? The talk with Alisa left a heavy impression on me. So, Lena likes me. On its own, the news could shock and startle, and I, above that, was also forced to make a choice. A difficult one, to put it mildly, and any choice I would make would be a mistake for someone. If only I could refuse them both. Although I didn't like the word refuse itself. Bei Fuse muss ich immer an Rainbow Six Siege denken, wie Fuse die Geisel killt. Tut mir leid, das ist so witzig. If I could just answer a question with a no, it would be easier. But I knew it wouldn't work like that. After I talked to Alisa, I realized nothing would ever be the same again. I can't be, no matter what happens. It can't be. And I have to make a decision. Since I rejected the no scenario, I needed to pick a positive solution. If, of course, I could live with it. But I was sure that out of all positive outcomes, there's one that won't just satisfy everyone, but would also be one that I would want to strive for. And the choice seems obvious. Lena. She's pretty, she's cute, she's kind. But then again, there's something about Alisa that attracted me. Cock block! Suddenly the door flew open and Olga came in. Lounging around again, huh? Just resting. It's so hot out there. Go and help Slavia, she was asking around. Where? I asked lazily. On the sports field. Reluctantly I got up and headed out. I should really air my brain out anyway. Ich hätte jetzt nicht erwartet, dass Tag 6 so lange geht. Und ich frage mich jetzt gerade überhaupt, ob ich das positive Ende bekomme, weil es sieht gerade gar nicht so aus. Obwohl ich eigentlich, wenn ich den Guide beobachte, alle Punkte für Alisa gemacht habe. Na gut. There were a lot of people at the sports ground. Some were playing football, others were playing badminton. Younger kids were just chasing each other. Semyon! Slavia walked up to me. You require my assistance? I asked all official-like. Yeah. Listen, did you take the infirmary key? No. Why me again, anyway? Well, you were there a lot recently. I guess she's right. No. Maybe you know who did? No, why? The nurse came up to me, asked for my key. You know that I have a key to every building in this camp. She said hers went missing. Could she have lost it? I shrugged. No, she says she couldn't have. I don't know, okay? Okay. She smiled and ran off. I headed to the camp leader's house, determined to get some sleep after all. Olga wasn't there, thank God, so I fell on the bed and lost consciousness. I don't exactly remember what I dreamed of, but it left a heavy impression, as afternoon naps often do. Yeah. I put some effort into getting off to bed and looked at the clock. It was just after 7. Not surprising if you think about it. I should have expected to sleep through the day. Although, as it turns out, I missed dinner as well. That thought made me uncomfortable, and I headed to the exit. I stopped on the threshold and thought of what to do next. I don't know how long I would have stood there. My head was still heavy after sleep. If someone hadn't called out to me... Slavia was quickly walking towards the cabin. Semyon, she started, breathless. Are you sure you don't have the infirmary key? Of course not, why would I need it? Well, do you know who took it? No, I don't, why? Well, something has gone missing. What? Something important. Slavia hesitated. Some medication. So all this disturbance was started because of some medicine? Although, I pondered. I mean, I have the bottle in my cabin. Did she mean dead? I tried to keep my face still as stone without doing anything to give myself away. Okay. I don't know. I'm sorry. Okay. Sleva said in frustration. I looked at her and tried to figure out how bad the situation was for me, or whether I was in trouble at all. On the one hand, the vodka I did steal it. Then again, she's saying it's gone, as in disappeared, all by itself with no external influence. Although it's highly unlikely that she would say that a bottle of trophy vodka was stolen from the infirmary. So the way it was said was okay, the problem was different. I suddenly got really scared. What if they find out it was me? Even if I wasn't about the bottle, they would still find it while looking for what was gone. Basically, I had to get a move on. And the main thing to do right now was to get rid of all the evidence.